But Alan, you've seen Lessons in Chemistry.
Yeah, I should qualify that. I've seen the first episode of Lessons of Chemistry, and I couldn't.
Lessons in Chemistry. So let's go.
Yeah,
Um,
I couldn't get past the first episode.
okay. What? First of all,
Yeah.
okay. Alan, what did you think of Lessons in Chemistry?
Oh my gosh. So Lessons in Chemistry stars the fabulous Brie Larson. She plays Elizabeth Zott, who you in the beginning of the movie or the show, you see that she's one of these TV cooks who uses gastronomy as kind of her theme. And then we go back in the past and we find out her origin story, where she's a chemist. And during the early days of her life as a chemist, she has to fight her way through a world dominated by men. In fact, I wrote down a few things here. You know, for example, the company she works for, Hastings Chemicals, is holding a pageant, a beauty pageant for Little Miss Hastings, and all the women are wondering why she's not entering the pageant, and that would be a big boon for her career. And then when she walks into her job, she's a chemist. She's not a secretary. She's not a janitor. But all the men ask her to clean up a mess they made, to bring her more beakers, and they call her Honey. Um, but of course she's smart. She can look at a piece of paper and understand the problem of a certain chemist's calculations where he got it wrong, because she's just that smart. Um, and while all the dudes are busting each other's balls, she's off in the corner doing her job. And what we find out is that she's been staying late at night because she wants to perfect an idea she has about food, about using gastronomy and the molecules to enhance the flavor and taste of food. But of course, uh, she's not authorized to do that. And she has access to hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment, and of course, a woman can't be held to those kind of responsibilities. And so, but eventually, there's one guy, the guy who's running the department, who we see showering in his office. We get a nice rear butt shot, and he doesn't care about sex roles. He doesn't care about gender. He cares about getting results. And he finds Elizabeth to be fascinating because she understands chemistry like no other man in his department can. And
So Brie Larson's, just to get this clear, Brie Larson's character in the show is the bestest and the smartest of all.
yes, this is essentially Ms. Captain Marvel, but in the world of chemistry and taking place in the 50s. Because her fatal flaw is that she is not being heard.
She's too good at what she does.
Yes. And
Oh
so
my
she
God.
has to deal with the beauty pageant, being marginalized as a woman, being called
Right.
honey constantly. And
Right.
so basically this first episode is basically a checklist of every wrong thing you can do to a woman in the 50s. And she suffers through it as the brave warrior that she is. She's
Okay.
mistaken as a secretary, you know,
I,
so and
I,
so this is why I can't get beyond that first episode.
I only saw I saw the trailer for this, and it was a hard nope. When I
Yeah.
saw the trailer, I'm like, uh, not for me. It's
Yeah.
not for me. Hard pass.
And but see, the thing that bothered me the most about this was, so she's the smartest woman in the room, and
Right.
she's getting paired up with the smartest man in the room. And for some reason, the acting choice they chose was to exist somewhere on the spectrum. And so they have no emotions, no, it's like they speak only through logic and science, and they come off as, as not having any social skills whatsoever. And I hate to say it, I hate to keep bringing my mother into this, but my mother was essentially this character. My mother was at the top of her field in terms of computer science. This is in the 60s. And though my mother never told a joke in her life, she was still an actual human being, and and treated us as human beings and not as some kind of data like robot. And I'm like, man, this show just hits every single stereotype. And and I stopped watching because I can already figure out the ending of this series.
Yeah, no, well, first of all, I didn't even begin watching because I saw the trailer, and I
Yeah.
I could tell very quickly, not for me. No, I didn't even realize that you started to watch it, but, um
Well, it was just because, hey, look, Brie Larson has something. Maybe Brie is finally choosing the right role. And then you see the trailer, goes, well, maybe she sees something in it that we're not seeing, and then you realize, no, it's exactly what it is.
right, right. All right, well, it sounds like it's a pass for you, Alan.
Yeah, it's a pass. I should say that
Carlos.
the best thing about the show is she does wear one of those torpedo bras.
Oh, well, that I don't have a
Yeah, there you go.
problem with. There was a lot of sexism in the '60s, but they don't have to stuff every trope into
Yeah,
it.
and that's my point. That first episode was basically give me the entire checklist of
Yeah.
how women were marginalized in the '60s, and let's put it all in this one episode.
At some point, this has to get boring
Mhm.
because we've seen it before.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it is that eye rolling of. I mean, this is every time something new got checked off, it was like, oh, here we go. Oh, here it is. And it's just you're just going down that road.